What's up, guys? So today's video is about eye color and how it affects your personality. I have an actual website up on my screen at the moment. By actual website I mean not Wikipedia. And so I'm just going to quickly read you a little bit from the introduction to this article, because it's basically the premise for this video. So, scientists at the Örebro University in Sweden studied 428 subjects to see if their personalities were linked to the irises in their eye. They found that our eye color is affected by the same genes, that form our frontal lobes. Thus, there are distinctly shared behaviors in people. With similar irises. Dr. Anthony Falone of Edinburgh University has studied the links between eyes and personality as well. He says the eye is so closely linked neurologically to the brain that you might call it the only part of our brain that you can see from the outside. It seems to hold vital clues to our brain function. He continues by saying, if you're like me, my hazel eyes frequently change colour depending on what I'm wearing. They can be exceptionally dark or a brighter green. That's why I was fascinated to see attributes of each of those eye colours linked to my personality. And so, yeah, we will get in and have a look. This video is going to be a bit different to the others in the intro pack series, in that I'm going to be sharing all of the information on all the eye colours and not just the ones specific to my own. So with that out the way, let's get into it. Alright, so this article starts off with, if you have dark brown or almost black eyes, you are most likely a natural born leader. If that doesn't quite accurately describe you, you might be surprised to learn that that's how people see you. People with eyes that are so dark brown they sometimes appear black have one of the rarest eye colours. As such, they are often perceived as mysterious or secretive, yet a study in Current Psychology reported by Medical Daily showed that people with darker eyes are generally seen as more agreeable. Additionally, the darker your eye, the more melanin is in your system. A study published by the journal Personality and Individual Differences says that people with very dark eyes tend to drink considerably less than those with lighter eyes, while another study notes that people with darker eyes are generally better at sports that involve hitting targets like tennis. The melanin acts as an insulator for connections between brain cells. The more melanin one has, the quicker their brains may work. You could potentially rule the world if you can just find your inner strength. The world already sees you as a leader. And as you can probably tell from where the camera is sitting at the moment, my eyes are generally pretty dark. So I relate to the "your brain goes 100 miles an hour" comment that they made there. If you have blue eyes, you possess great inner and physical strength, though many people may not see it. In fact, people don't often see the real you and judge you negatively before they get a chance to know you. Perhaps people see you as weak, timid, or untrustworthy. People with blue eyes are often perceived as timid or unassertive. The Daily Mail reported that in 2006, German psychologists found that blue-eyed children tended to be wary of new things and were considerably less open around their peers. Medical Daily reports that people perceive others with blue eyes as being competitive and even egotistical. Despite these negative assessments, a pilot study reported by the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine suggests that women with lighter coloured eyes tend to tolerate pain better during childbirth than those with darker eyes. They also seem to handle the stress of childbirth better. Dr. Ina Belfer of the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine says, in a study involving 58 pregnant women, 24 with dark-coloured eyes and 24 with light-coloured eyes, those with lighter eyes achieved greater reductions in postpartum anxiety, depression, and catastrophizing or rumination. So if you have blue eyes, perhaps your inquisitive, cautious nature comes across as aloof to onlookers as well. The next colour is grey eyes. Grey eyes are rare, but they're really just a variation of blue eyes. Think of grey as a dimmer switch on blue eyes. In other words, if you have grey eyes, your eyes are a shade of blue, but according to the Tech Museum of Innovation, dark grey eyes have more melanin in the front of the eyes, while pale light grey eyes have considerably less. If you have dark grey eyes, you're either an exceptionally well-balanced person, or there are two sides to your proverbial coin. Perhaps there's a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation going on inside you. You can be different things to different people depending on whose needs need to be met. This can be a pro or a con depending on how much control you have over your emotions. If you have light grey eyes, you probably have to work a little harder than most people to exert yourself. You strive to be taken seriously, yet you also keep your defences up. Though it takes a while to break through your concerned, wary exterior, you care deeply for people who are able to burst through. Loading the next page. If you have hazel eyes, hazel eyes are hard to describe. Several people have their own definitions, though hazel eyes are called so because of their resemblance to a hazelnut colour. The picture they have for them here is slightly golden in colour, sort of almost yellow, as far as browns are concerned, sort of thing. The Eye Doctor Guide describes hazel eyes as appearing to change colour from green to brown, or as an iris that has two different colours. For example, perhaps the ring near your pupil is green, but it fades to brown closer to the perimeter of the iris. This shade is uncommon, so people with hazel eyes are told from a young age that they are different and unique. Even the colours of hazel eyes and the specifics surrounding them are unique to each person who has hazel eyes. As such, those with hazel eyes tend to be independent, confident, and spontaneous. The amount of melanin in the eyes varies from person to person, so you can never pin down their personality, though a common theme seems to be a balanced personality that can sometimes be mysterious to read. Dr. Matthew Leach of the University of South Australia claims that people with hazel eyes have such mixed colours in their eyes due to materials from the bloodstream that were broken down because of liver imbalance. As such, people with hazel eyes might be more prone to digestive issues. And then we come to just regular old brown eyes, not super dark ones, not super light ones, just regular brown. And it says, as we discussed in very dark brown to black eyes, brown eyes are the result of having more melanin in your system than those with lighter eyes. You tend to be agreeable, assertive, and people look to you with confidence. Charles University in Prague describes people with brown eyes as being generally very loyal, respectful, and gentle people, though certainly not submissive. Do you disagree with that? Do you think of yourself as more of a cranky, easily agitated person? You might not be getting enough sleep. A study in the journal Chronobiology International revealed that people with brown eyes generally sleep 2 hours less than people with lighter eyes, and their sleep cycles tend to be poorer. People with brown eyes generally have a harder time getting up in the morning. And then that only really leaves us with green eyes on this last page, when it wants to load for me. If you have green eyes, I have to congratulate you. It seems that most people view you as alluring, sexy, and mysterious. A study released by the Impulse Corporation in Los Angeles studied the appeal of people with various eye colours. The most commonly shared descriptor of people with green eyes was sexy. Most participants who said they wanted to change their eye colour specified green as their hue of choice. Green eyes have a balance of melanin that keeps them agreeable and dominant like those with brown eyes, yet strong and cautious like those with blue eyes. Ophthalmologist, surgeon, Dr. Hamadi Khalel has studied many of the research studies on the topic of eye colour and says that people with green eyes have an air of mystery and quiet self-sufficiency. They are often unpredictable, but slow to anger. They are original, creative, and perform well under great pressure. So there you go. The thing I would like to add as well, because mine are a shade of hazel, the majority of them is like a darker brown, but there is like it's like a bluey green tint ring sort of closer to the iris. So the thing that I would like to add to that, because I relate to, I don't know about you guys, but I relate to quite a fair bit of what each of those different colours say. And so, like, my mother has brown eyes, my father has blue eyes. So you've sort of, I've got sort of a combination of the genes sort of thing. And I think that also plays a role into it, since it is going off your DNA and sort of the genetic makeup of your being, like of your physical being, that having parents with different eye colours, you probably share some of their personality traits that article shares. I will leave a link to it in the description so you guys can go check it out yourselves, and sort of follow all the links that it has on your specific eye colour. Find out all the, actually with the articles and stuff if you're interested. But yeah, I've found that having that, having sort of the darker brown eyes, which is at one extreme, and then sort of the light blue eyes at the other end, which is the other extreme, sort of brings to me the sort of balance that green-eyed people would have, but also at the same time allowing me to have the traits of the two extremes. Obviously I don't have all of the traits, but I am able to sort of share the traits, which is kind of cool. So yeah, anyway, that's all I've got for today. I know this video and my Pokemon Legendary one were uploaded late. I did have the Pokemon one ready for Monday, but I was at work and then a whole bunch of stuff happened on Tuesday and Wednesday, and I wasn't ever able to upload, so I do apologise for that, but you get two today, and there's a song cover coming tomorrow as well, which I'm pretty keen for. So make sure you hit the subscription button and the notification bell if you haven't already, so that you are notified when that gets put up tomorrow. And yeah, make sure you follow my social medias, linked in the description. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, please. It really helps me know what sorts of videos you guys actually want to see when you give them a thumbs up. Because there's a couple of different ways that I could take this channel, and I sort of want to go in all of them, but I'm only really going to go in one specific direction. So let me know which way you want me to go. And yeah, until next time guys, night to A2, I'll check you later.